This is not your typical Screamfest talk show.
No.
This is the next generation of talk radio. Here is Steve Malzberg.
I guess if I had to sum up, the Steve Malzberg Show has always been and will be the most versatile political talk show in America. Let me throw three names at you that should scare you. Chuck Hagel, John Kerry, and John Brennan. These are the three people who would be Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and CIA Director if Obama gets his way, not necessarily in that order. John Kerry has been against our military since he came out of Vietnam, making disparaging remarks about our soldiers in Vietnam before Congress and making disparaging remarks about our soldiers in Iraq more recently. I talk about what I feel about, whether it's the way Tim Tebow was treated, whether it's the way Barack Obama is going about his business, whether it's something I saw on TV that outraged me and I was watching with my son. No matter what it is, and it could vary, and it does vary, but I have to feel it. ESPN first suspended their commentator, Rob Parker, because Rob Parker, an African-American, took RG3, the black quarterback for the Redskins, to task, calling him a cornball brother. Apparently that meant that RG3 was too white. He might have had a white girlfriend, Parker said, and that means he's not down with the cause. What kind of racism? Blatant. There's no worse kind of racism. That is outrageous. I always was an issue-oriented type of guy, and so it was a natural progression to become a political talk show host and take it over to that. People know who I am, and they've seen me on Fox and MSNBC and CNN for years. So I guess it's just, it's my life. I know you know, Megan, that the president could tax 100% of the so-called wealthy in this country, and that wouldn't do it. So he is going to raise taxes. He's going to break that pledge. He's already broken it because it used to say if you make $250 as an individual. Now it's $250 as a family and $200 as an individual. So pledges, schmedges. Everything he says is a crock of Barack anyway. You're not going to find phoniness. You're not going to find someone who's saying things just for the sake of saying it. You're going to get real passion and real feeling and real opinion because I'll feel it in my heart. Well, Joe Biden is meeting with gun rights advocates and gun opponents and people who are victims of gun crime, all in an effort to come away with a bill to take away your guns somehow, some way. You know who Joe Biden should meet with? The woman from Georgia who a couple of days ago used her gun to save herself and her 9-year-old twins. That needs to be heard by Joe Biden and the anti-gun patrol. I have been a fan of Newsmax ever since I could remember. I used to write I was a contributing columnist for Newsmax many years ago. I think the Newsmax media platform is a brilliant idea that is going to be on the cutting edge in so many ways. Free advice to Jeff Zucker, the new president of CNN, who of course wants to turn the network around. Fire Kathy Griffin. That's my free advice. You should have done that on January 1st, Jeff. New Year's Eve coverage, Kathy Griffin makes believe she's giving oral sex on air to Anderson Cooper. She is out of control. She is not what CNN should be all about. So, Jeff, you blew it on January 1st. You're a few days late, but fire Kathy Griffin. It's going to be a well-rounded, passionate, unpredictable show, The Steve Malzberg Show.
The Steve Malzberg Show.